Raven Project is brought to you by Big Time, Attract, Develop, Grow.
That means what I think it means. We're in trouble.
Case IH, Rethink Productivity.
Dear Lord in heaven.
Hawk Optics, Vision Accomplished.
What a Sam Hill.
DeerGro, better food plots, bigger deer. ScentLock, the most effective whitetail gear ever made.
Better find myself some camouflage.
I think one food plot that's super overlooked, but it's crazy important to me, is clover. DeerGro is one of these products that we've come to love because we actually have seen the results over the last 3 years on the Raven. I mean, no joke, when we started with some of the poorest soil that anybody could have in this part of the country on that place, and utilizing the products from DeerGro, we have seen our food plot program just blow out of the water the last 3 years, and to the point that our food plots don't even look like the same plots they did 3 years ago. And we got our buddy Colton Smith from DeerGro coming in and bringing a bunch of PlotBoost, and this stuff is unreal, especially this time of year when you put it on this clover. It's just going to give it an instant boost and a shot in the arm to get off on the right foot. I mean, we're putting PlotBoost on these clover plots, and what it's going to do is it's going to allow that plant to utilize the nutrients that's already in the soil, that's already there, without us having to put any dry fertilizer, dry lime, anything else down. We're going to have that plant absorbing what's there and utilizing it to the best of its advantage. Tell you what, man, it looks pretty dang good.
It really does.
It's a little grassy, but as wet as it's been, it's taken us a little bit to be able to get in here and start maintaining it. But
for sure,
I think it's going to, hopefully today, we're going to put PlotBoost on it, and then we also got our herbicides we're going to put on it, try to knock some of this grass out. But I think overall, man, it's looking good.
Definitely, yeah, it's improving year after year too. Every time I come out here, the clover looks better. There's a lot of new growth coming in as well. So
yeah, and this is the third year on this clover plot, so
really?
it's still pumping out pretty good.
Good deal.
What are you thinking as far as on the PlotBoost? How many times? I mean, we're obviously spraying it today. It's the end of May,
for sure.
But how many times are you thinking throughout the summer into early fall?
In a perfect world, you want to do it almost every 30 to 45 days. Okay. That's in a perfect world, because the way it acts, it enhances the microbial populations in the soil on a bell curve. So once you hit it, it just spikes that population and the activity. But after about 25 to 30 days, it starts to come back down. So once you hit it right there at the top, you just keep adding on to it.
Month and a half?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. You just keep adding on to it and enhancing it again, and that's also going to help with when those deer are out here grazing on it, putting a lot of pressure.
Right.
It's going to help with that hardiness of the plant.
Well, I know last year, even our fall plots, you know, we come in, I mean, we were spraying them at the end of October, the middle part, the end of October, and we come in before we got ready to hunt, and we hit them again, and it was crazy to see, you know, sometimes in this soil like this, you'll get where it's not great, you'll start seeing that yellowish tint in the plant. Yep. And I could tell a huge difference last year when we come in and we hit it. I mean, it just made everything, all those plants dark green, and the deer, it seemed like they just, it just sucked them in. It's like a magnet.
Absolutely.
So,
which those deer, they can taste the nutrients and the healthiness of the plant too.
100%.
So when you're increasing the nutrient uptake in these plants, they can taste it, and it's also going to help hold the deer a lot better, and they're going to be out here longer as well.
Right.
So it helps in that aspect as well. But it's a really good stand, and things are looking good. It's improving year after year as well.
We've got about 3 clover plots like this on this place, and they're all looking really good this year. Which we've had a lot of moisture, but it's kind of good and bad. I mean, like I said, we couldn't get in here to mow it and clean it up.
Sure.
Starting to get a pretty good little grass stand in it, but we'll hit it with a herbicide. And that's the cool thing too about you guys' products, is we don't have to spray it 2 different times.
Exactly.
We can mix our herbicides right in with the PlotBoost and spray it and make it a one-pass deal, and we're done. And we've killed 2 birds with 1 stone.
Exactly. And another good thing about the PlotBoost is it helps your herbicide work more effectively as well. So you get to back down those dosages as well, to where you're saving a little bit of money in input costs.
See, I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's good to know there,
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
This guy amazes me every time he shows up on the farm, because the kid is literally like a mad scientist when it comes to nutrition and it comes to these products from DeerGro and what they do and why they do it. It's unbelievable the knowledge that he has when it comes to this stuff.
So Another really good benefit about the PlotBoost and the PlotStart as well is they're going to help break down what's already there in the soil and what you put down as well. There's been university studies that show that PlotBoost, it can help increase what's already there in the soil into a plant available form by 30%. Because half of what's already there, well, more than half, a lot of what's in the soil, the plant can't use. It's just not in a bioavailable form. So when you add this product into the soil, into the plant, it helps break that down and increase the uptake by 30%. So that translates, especially in today's times when fertilizer costs are just through the roof, you get to back down on your fertilizer inputs and using it more effectively what's already there, and
Right.
you're backing down 30%, and it's still like you're using the proper dosage.
Because a lot of guys that go out and get dry fertilizer and put it down, a lot of that's getting wasted because the plant and the soil is not actually being able to utilize that full amount.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So with this, you can almost supplement what you're doing on the dry fertilizer side.
Exactly. So you're saving lots of money on input costs, buying NP and K, and
dry fertilizer is 2 to 3 times higher than what it was a couple of years ago.
Correct.
So that everybody's about saving a little bit of money.
For sure. For sure.
You know, we've got big time foundation clover plots scattered all over the Raven, and the reason that we do this, number one, a perennial is nice because if you take care of that perennial plant, you're going to have it for up to 5 to 6 years going forward. But the other thing and the other benefit of it is it fills the gap in that deer nutrition. So whenever everything, before the green up, you've got clover in those places that's producing a high amount of protein, and it's good nutrition for your deer, so it kind of gets them over the hump before summer green up comes and before all the natural browse is found. Our clover plots are rocking and rolling, man, and our deer are fat and happy.
The Raven Project is brought to you by Grizzly Coolers, adventure guaranteed for a lifetime.
Precisely.
Hooeyman, your land, your legacy.
We're not out of the woods yet, son.
Hunt Stand, hunt like a pro. Baker Implement, trusted equipment of the Raven Project.